everyone. I woke up this morning, well, more like this afternoon, and noticed that there was an emergency meeting of the Receding Hairline Society to discuss a comedy video I filmed about not wanting kids. Wow.
The past few days has been very difficult. The ongoing media war between Jesse Handler and the conservatives is taking all over the media space. Ben Shapiro came out and said what he had to say. Tucker Carlson came out and also said what he had to say. Even Jesse Kelly also came out and said what he had to say. Right now, we have Matt Walsh. So let's hear what he also had to say about the whole Chelsea Handler situation.
You know, it's normally my policy to not talk about Chelsea Handler at all. That's an easy rule to abide by, given that she rarely does or says anything worth talking about. But this week, after her Daily Show episode, which very unpersuasively touted the wonders of childlessness, I was forced to violate that policy. And now today, in a truly unprecedented moment in the history of the show, I will violate it for the second time in a week.
I think, Matt Walsh, you should have just maintained your policy of not talking about, because if you had a rule in place, then most likely just keep the rule. It's not always honorable when you go breaking your principles. Someone who broke their own principle is never considered an honorable person. So as an honorable person, you should be able to keep your principle. Let's be clear. You are violating your rule for the second time in a week. And you know what this might become? It might just become a habit. And before you know it, you will have no principle at all, because by then you must have violated every single one of them. That is why it's never a good thing to start breaking your own rules, your own principle. It's never a good thing, because it's like a slippery slope. First, second, third, and before you know, you've broken every single one of them, and there is nothing left. So I just thought that I should put that out there so that everyone should be aware that breaking your own principle is never a great thing. But let's continue.
After some of us in conservative media critiqued her pitch for the childless lifestyle, Handler has now fired back with another video. And her rebuttal, of course, does not actually address any of the points that we made. Instead, she just lobs insults. But that's not what I find objectionable. Okay, I'm not above lobbing an insult or two myself on occasion, as we just covered. My real problem is that the insults are, as we've come to expect from Ms. Handler, witless and unimaginative and boring.
But then again, you decided to spend your time reacting to it, right? Most people who think that certain things are boring and lack of substance won't spend time discussing or commenting about. They will just ignore it and carry along with their daily activities. But if you had to spend time just commenting or reviewing or sharing your thought on what people said that you thought was boring, what does that say about you? I'm just putting it out there. What does that say about you? You spend valuable time reviewing, commenting, or talking or objecting about invaluable things. What does that say about you? But let's go.
Hey everyone. I woke up this morning, well, more like this afternoon, and noticed that there was an emergency meeting of the Receding Hairline Society to discuss a comedy video I filmed about not wanting kids. Wow. Why would I even need my own children when I get to hear these crybabies all the time? I mean, I can't believe that bearded version of Tucker Carlson thinks I would take a half a bottle of Xanax. I take way more than that, you silly goose. Look, I don't want to debate whether or not I'm a girl boss, although I did just look at my bank account and think, that's pretty girl boss.
Okay, let's review a few things here, Chelsea. First of all, nobody's saying that you shouldn't have the freedom to be childless. It's not about freedom. I mean, not exactly. I mean, you did kill your 3 children in order to achieve your childless status, and I don't think that you should have had the freedom to do that. But nobody's saying that women should be forced to conceive children. If you want to be a lonely spinster, that is your prerogative. We're simply offering our opinion about statements you made and opinions you expressed on national television in front of a live studio audience. And it was not just a comedy video. It was, in fact, a 10-minute rant about being childless, a rant which contained nothing that anyone with a sense of humor could recognize as comedy. But comedy or not, you brought up the subject. You submitted your private life for public consideration, and we took it into consideration. We did exactly what you wanted us to do. You wanted us to think about and talk about you. It's just that you also wanted to control what we think and say, and that's where it all breaks down.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Matt, this is a very valuable point, and I must give it to you. This is very right. Um, More too often, right, people put out information that draws attention to them, forgetting to know that some of the attention they will draw to themselves might be negative to them. People go out there and stir up conversation about certain things. And when people start talking about what they've stirred up, they find it uncomfortable. So, like Matt Walsh said, and this point I totally agree with him. When you put out a conversation, when you start a conversation, be mindful that people will come with different views and opinions. And most of the times, you might not like what they will say because people have different views and opinions about millions of things. In this day and age, and with social media, you can only control what you said. You can never control what others will say. So, when you are putting something out there, be very mindful of this. People will come back at you. People will attack you. People will say stuff that is totally out of place. Some people will even call you stupid. But you should all be aware that they are only attacking you now because you put yourself out there. They are only attacking you now because you put yourself in the public. And remember, no matter what you say, no matter what side you might think you are on, some people will always get offended with whatever you say, be it right or wrong, be it true or false. Some people will get offended. So when you are out there putting information, be very, very careful. And the whole Chelsea Handler situation is so funny because she said she doesn't want to have children. And then the conservatives said that she is not a royal model for young girls and women. I don't think that young girls and women would actually follow her. People who want children will have children. People who don't want children won't have it. And no one is going to be convinced or not convinced by her. Children can be that, but as adults, they will not be convinced by her. Adults will make this decision by themselves. They will decide what they think is best for them. So I think that we are giving this thing more attention than it actually deserves. And we should all just let it die. But to you guys out there, what is your take about this whole Chelsea Handler case? Do you think that she deserves the critique and all the negative comments she got from the conservatives? Or the conservatives just went too far? Let us know in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. And please do not forget to like this video, share this video, follow our Facebook page, and most importantly, subscribe to this YouTube channel, because little bit of goodwill like the one you are doing just now help us a lot, and we shall forever be grateful to you. So thank you very much for doing just that. And like always, see you in the next one.